you had a little bit of an experience with the media here, and I think this is important. This is an important message for people to really understand the kinds of day-to-day obstacles progressive women face when they're not, they're not institutionally propped up. I mean, that's really what this comes down to. So what happened with the Arizona Republic, which is the largest newspaper in Arizona, for those of you who don't know?
Yeah, so Arizona Republic published an opinion piece essentially chastising us for raising campaign money in the middle of the COVID-19 crisis, which is, we are raising money because we want to make sure that in the future, we don't have government that's completely unprepared for crisis, that we actually have a country where people can live with dignity. And so to tell us that you have to pause fundraising, obviously people who contribute to us, who support us, they want to see change. Obviously, people give us, even when they can give $2, $3, because they believe it is important. We can help our neighbors and friends who are in the need of immediate relief, and at the same time, work to change this country because the structures and the systems are broken. And so, so it was kind of they were talking about our campaign as, we are heartless, or in a way we are tone deaf. I think that's what the language they used. And what's tone deaf? When you take $500,000 from corporate interests, including private prison industry, arms industry, health insurance companies, corrupted utility like APS in Arizona, that's the money that my opponent, the incumbent, is taking from these entities to fund his campaign and then to support the interests of those who fund his campaign. And to me, that is tone deaf.
It's also ridiculous. Everybody's fundraising, including your opponent, is fundraising in the middle of COVID. It just seemed like a heartless hit, and also like they didn't have anything to go after you on. But then they didn't let you respond, right?
Yeah, I try to, normally, I mean, there is an op-ed against and something, and then that's fine. It's an opinion. You have the right to publish any opinion, and you would think that we would have an opportunity to respond, but we didn't have that opportunity. That's their prerogative, and we are doing well in terms of our campaign growth. We are connecting with voters. We are raising money. And I do believe that we are going to show not just to people in Arizona and in people in Arizona's Democratic Party, but also the national leadership, that we are serious, that this campaign is we're not doing this for fun. This is the hardest thing in the world. And Nomiki, how we women have even harder time raising money. We know that while we women, 80% of all consumer spending is driven by women. When it comes to political giving, 60% of all donors are men. And when men give, they give more to male candidates. And so we face the kind of obstacles and challenges. We're making progress, but not really when it comes to money. And we have to change that. And this is also the reason why we are underrepresented in Congress. Less than 25% of all representatives are women.
Yeah. And they keep saying, we're going to hit parity, meaning equal representation in Congress, but at least I believe personally that has to fundamentally change by changing the business model of how women get there. And when you put women forward that are a reflection of their communities and the issues that their communities are facing and are actively fighting for their communities, it makes them more electable. And in your case, you've done this work. So I think you bring up some very important points about the institutional struggles that progressive women are facing. So Eva, where can people learn about your campaign? Mm-hmm. What do you need right now? Because your election is on August, what was it?
4th, August 4th. So we are 68 days away from the primary election, but who's counting, right? And every day matters. Right now, we need two things. And you can accomplish both two things on our website. If you want to have a progressive woman in Congress, support us with your contribution with a donation, and you can go to evaforcongress.com/donate, and that's EVA. It's my first name.
We'll put it up there.
and then we want you to help us and volunteer with our campaign. We have an extensive phone banking operation, and we would love to have you as part of our team. And again, you can go to evaforcongress.com/volunteer. And those are the two great ways to help us in a meaningful way. You can also follow us on Twitter, and my Twitter is Eva Putzova. And of course, on Facebook and Instagram, I'm super easy to find. There are no other Evas running in Arizona or in the country. And we welcome you to our campaign. We have a lot of young people. We are a very diverse campaign, and we want you to be part of this. If we can change this district, because this district votes for Democrats. And we've had a Democratic representative since last redistricting, and so there's no reason to worry about that. And so we can have this district in the hands of a progressive, because it is important that we fight for the Green New Deal, and then we spend trillions of dollars on rebuilding our communities rather than trillions of dollars on modernizing our country's nuclear arsenal, which we know both Obama and Trump administrations actually supported. So there are so many things that we have to accomplish in this country, in this district, and I want you to be part of it.
Thank you for watching The Nomiki Show. You can support us on YouTube by clicking subscribe, like, and sharing to get those alerts. And patrons, well, they make this show run on time. So thanks to all of you who have joined our community already. If you like our content and want more, from special segments to interviews and merch, you can join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show. I'm spending all of my iced coffee money on other people's shows because I think this is the time that we have to support our independent media.